the Olympic experience, you go there and say, okay, here's what I have to perform, here's what I have to do, and then leave the time to do everything else. Because unless you compete in the last day of the Olympics, you basically have a lot of time off. And if you're in track and field, you generally have the first week to go watch events, to do this. And I suggest that because it relaxes you to go watch other sports and other events, cheer on other athletes doing other things, because it gets you into the mood of the games. Because sometimes when the games is in your home country, you kind of forget the fact that it's actually the Olympics because you're right down the street from home. You just have to treat it exactly the same. Focus on the positives. Everyone says, oh, there's so much pressure, there's so much. Forget all of that. Focus on the fact that you're going to sleep in your own bed most of the time. You're going to eat your own food you're comfortable with, your family and friends around, you know the nice bars to go to. Focus on that. And then you're training on your home track until the last minute. Your coach can all be there. So eliminate the things that you can't control and focus on the things you can, and I think they'll all have success. People ask all the time, what could we win? I said, well, look, first of all, the British 4x1 beat us not too long ago, so they could do well. And I know Christine Oruhugu, she's won. She has a good shot. And, you know, our dear friend Sonia Richards, I'll be rooting for her, but I tell you, she's run tremendous. And we're and Paula definitely has got to be a favorite. And you've got athletes that are going to come up because it's in their home country, because they're motivated, because they're not getting a lot of the press and they're staying at home. They're going to come up and outdo themselves, and everyone's going to be proud. My favorite athlete who I'm probably closest to is Sonia. So it's kind of interesting. One of the events that the British team can win with Christine, because she's run so well, is one of the events I want to see. So I want to be in the stadium. That'll probably be the one day for sure that I'm in the stadium. You have to help create the story. And you know, when I was going into '84, I didn't think it would be like that, but I said, hey, I want to go for 4. That's the story. The story was created. People took off and ran with it. And next thing you know, I just rode that wave. Or Michael Phelps trying to get the most medals. So you got to help create the story. But when you do that, it creates a tremendous challenge, because all of a sudden you have to do things. Whenever someone goes to a 10-minute interview, yours is 2 hours. And when they're training all day long, resting, you're going to events. So therefore, your schedule, everything changes. So you have to balance, what do I want to do and how do I want to do that? But at the end of the day, none of it matters if you don't win, because you've got to win. So you stay focused on the performance and mix everything else in, but you got to stay focused on the performance. With my relationship with Nike, I'll be there the entire Olympics. I have not missed an Olympics since 1980. You know, of course, and I was in that stadium, but I've been to every Olympics, and I will be there watching the events. I don't watch a lot of track and field because I always try to make sure that I see new events. Every Olympics I try to see 2 new sports. So I'm going to start thinking about what are the new sports I'm going to see, and then I'll probably get into the stadium once or twice.